In this video, we're going to learn how to identify metric fasteners according to size and grade. Once again, just like the our last video on standard hardware, the coating has no bearing on the grade of the bolt. You can see these two bolts. First of all, I want to say that when they grade a metric bolt, they put the grade, they stamp the grade with a number on the head of the bolt. So this is an 8.8 bolt. So is this one. This one has a zinc coating. It is not stronger than the bare one. The coating is just for corrosion and for aesthetics, but it has no bearing on strength. If you look at these bolts, they are stamped 10.9. This one as well, 10.9. Again, the coating on it has no bearing on strength of this bolt. It's just for corrosion and aesthetics. When you look at a metric bolt, same thing as the standard. You measure across the diameter of the bolt. So this bolt here, if you measure across the diameter, is 10 millimeters. When it comes to the thread pitch, okay, all three of these bolts are 10 millimeter. When it comes to the thread pitch on a metric bolt measures across the thread. So as you can see, this is a fine thread bolt. This one is a little coarser. This one is a little coarser yet. The thread pitch, basically, from one thread to the other on this bolt is 1 millimeter. This one here is a 1.25. So again, they just take the top of one thread to the top of the next thread. So it's 1.25 millimeters. And this one is 1.5 millimeters from the peak of one thread to the peak of the very next thread. When you get into the strength again, I want to touch on. So 8.8 and 10.9 are the most common strengths out there. There is different strengths rather. There is a 12.9, which is used in a little bit of manufacturing for equipment, but it's not very common in everyday fasteners for automotive that you would require for whatever you're doing. Just like the standard fasteners, the head size, any fastener that is used in manufacturing usually has a different size head. So if you go to replace a bolt and you're buying a bolt that's aftermarket, you're going to get the same thread, you're going to get the same pitch, you're going to get the same length, but it'll have a different wrench size. And it's just industry standard how the aftermarket likes to standardize everything. So you can never choose a metric bolt, just like the standard bolts. You can never choose a metric bolt by wrench size, because if you ask for a 10 mil bolt, and you go to the store to get a 10 mil bolt, it's going to be like this diameter. But if it was a fastener used in manufacturing, it's probably going to be a 6 millimeter bolt with a 10 millimeter head. So again, when we measure these bolts, this bolt is 10 millimeters in diameter. Always measure, same as standard, measure from below the head. So this bolt is 50 millimeters long. And this thread pitch, again, it's hard to measure with this ruler, but if you go from peak to peak, 1.5 millimeters is the thread pitch on that one. I hope this helps you. Feel free to shoot us off any questions that you have, and we'll gladly answer them for you. And we're going to do the next video on socket head cap screw bolts, just to give you a brief description and understand a little bit about socket head cap screws. Thanks for watching.